In the depths of the forgotten southeastern region of Kruger National Park, where the African savanna writes its tales in pain and blood, the dawn of a majestic lion coalition emerged. They appeared out of nowhere, determined to seize vast lands and carve their own legend. They were lions shrouded in mystery, which made them the subject of speculation and legendary tales. Yet they left an indelible mark on one of the most famous regions in the entire African continent. Facing the brutal challenges of the wilderness, where there is no room for compromise known to the human world, the balance will always tip toward one side. Either the prey or the predator, defeat or victory. Today, you will discover the story of the Shishangani Coalition, lions possessing astonishing strength and breathtaking beauty. Lions that were not just kings, but a force of nature itself. Their story began between 2010 and 2011 in Kruger National Park, South Africa's largest and one of the most famous reserves in the world. This park is home to an incredible diversity of wildlife, including the legendary Big Five: lions, leopards, elephants, rhinos, and buffalo. Kruger National Park covers a vast area under legal protection, though some parts allow regulated hunting. Its open borders are surrounded by other reserves, allowing free movement of animals across this immense terrain that alone spans about 20,000 square kilometers. Although the park staff are stationed in various locations, understanding, classifying, and documenting the daily life of these animals remains an enormous challenge, akin to tracking every raindrop in a storm. The southeastern part of Kruger is not a busy tourist area, and as a result, the epic stories that unfold there rarely gain the fame they deserve. However, in 2010 and 2011, the lion prides dominating the area gave birth to many cubs. These new young males had no idea that their future would be filled with adventures and the harsh demands of Mother Nature. Years passed, and these young lions left their original prides to embark on a journey to conquer lands, mate with lionesses, and spread their genes across the savanna. 4 of them united to form a coalition that wildlife followers in the park later named the Shishangani Coalition. These lions were direct descendants of the brave Gondwan lions, meaning royal blood flowed through their veins. The Shishangani Coalition was formed, but they had not yet conquered anything. They walked together, side by side, a silent force observing the world around them. Each time they approached a territory ruled by another dominant lion, they would stop, watch silently, then continue on their way, ignoring the chance to become ruling kings. This unusual behavior caught attention, but it was soon understood. Their restraint was not weakness. It was a precise, calculated strategy. After a few days of travel, the Shishangani Coalition stopped again and observed another dominant lion with an established pride. This lion was one of the strongest they had ever faced, surrounded by a pride of the most beautiful and powerful lionesses. At that moment, the Shishangani Coalition launched a sweeping and lightning-fast attack, overthrowing the dominant lion and conquering their first territory. Now, what was expected from this powerful coalition had come true. They had become kings, with the most beautiful queens by their side. Afterward, the Shishangani lions did not hesitate to overthrow other rulers, but they chose their rivals and their lionesses very carefully. Instead of toppling a weak king, they targeted the strongest and most experienced, securing lionesses of equally strong lineage. Their violent conquests did not stop there. This was just the beginning. As is well known, lions often return to their birthplace at some point in their lives, either to reclaim the throne of their original pride or to spend their final days in the lands where they were born. In 2014, the 4 Shishangani lions decided to return to their homeland and claim the throne. On their way, they conquered another pride, a strong and formidable one as well. They walked proudly, with thick manes edged in black, making these kings even more majestic. Upon reaching their birthplace, their fathers, the Gondwan lions, realized that their glory days had passed. Though experienced in fierce battles, they were now old and weary. their strength diminished by age. The 4 Shishangani males knew this and seized the opportunity to claim the throne, ruling over their mothers and sisters, some of the strongest lionesses in southeastern Kruger. When they entered their father's Gondwan territory, the Shishangani lions advanced ferociously, driving out the aging kings and killing their cubs before seizing the pride. Now, they ruled 3 prides, one of their own bloodline, in the southern region of the park. Yet this was not enough for the ambitious young coalition. These kings sought only the mightiest lionesses who could grant them exceptional offspring. These early years of dominance passed unnoticed by park staff, as the Shishangani lions lived in the lesser-monitored southeastern region of Kruger. Consequently, various stories circulated in the media about the beginnings of their reign. This changed later when the movements and lives of the Shishangani lions began to be documented by different observers. When their first cubs were born from the last pride they conquered, the Shishangani coalition gathered all the females and moved west across Kruger, changing territories and seeking new horizons. During this journey, they coveted a hunting pride that could serve them well, and they clashed with 2 males from the Hippo Pools coalition, driving them away and taking their lionesses. They now controlled 4 prides and numerous lionesses. The following months were peaceful, marked by the birth of many cubs. The Shishangani coalition settled near the river in the western sector, enjoying their reign while challenging any nomadic males who dared to approach their kingdom. Yet in the African wilderness, every period of peace has an expiration date, and that time had come for the Shishangani lions, who began to sense danger. To protect their lionesses and cubs, the lions split into pairs, conducting nightly patrols as dominant males often do. In 2019, during one of these patrols, 1 lion returned alone, showing no signs of a fight. Some believe one of the Shishangani members fell victim to a poacher, while the other escaped. The coalition of 4 had now become 3. They mourned deeply for their lost brother, roaring in the early morning hours for weeks, searching for the one stolen from them. Their hardships continued to escalate. A month later, another Shishangani lion suffered a severe wound to one thigh, damaging the muscle. It's unclear whether this happened during a hunt or a battle with another lion. The injured lion was seen limping, significantly weakening the coalition's balance of power. The wounded king could no longer fight, hunt, or patrol. He walked very little and relied on the lionesses to provide food. His leg withered, and his movements became limited. Only 2 healthy kings remained to fiercely defend their realm. Whenever possible, they spent time with their injured brother, showing loyalty and kindness amid his suffering. It was as if the wilderness was demanding repayment for every drop of blood the Shishangani lions had spilled. The last updates on the Shishangani coalition came in early 2020, indicating that the injured king's health was deteriorating and his death was imminent. Meanwhile, the 2 remaining brothers were preparing for an impending battle, as a coalition of 5 unknown lions had been spotted moving toward their territory, possibly preparing to invade. Sadly, news of this once powerful coalition suddenly stopped, their fate hanging by a thin thread of hope, perhaps facing a new threat that would erase their legacy forever.